the mantra I always assigned to Pat was ready, fire, aim. You
Right.
know, he just shot from the hip. Wasn't any forethought about what the repercussions were going to be. Uh, there was a lot of dichotomy, and maybe I can give you one other example of his dichotomous personality. He lived on the grounds of CBN in a house called the Chancellery. For those who don't know about CBN, it's a huge complex. Um, they have CBN universities on the property. They have the studio building for the broadcast 700 Club. They have another support building that's huge. Since I went there, it's expanded even more. But Pat lived in this house called the Chancellery, and he had a stable. He had high end horses. He had a stallion named Kadar that he used to ride that I think was worth well over $100,000 for one horse.
Wow.
The only horse I'm familiar with is the one you put quarters in and ride out in front of the Walmart. So
Right. Sure.
it was crazy. Anyway, there's a very famous episode where Pat supposedly prayed away a hurricane on TV.
Oh my God.
There was a hurricane looked like it was going to come right on shore in Virginia Beach where we're located, and so he went on 700 Club and leaned into the camera and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we've got this hurricane bearing down on us in Virginia Beach. I want you to put your hands on the TV, and I want to pray together. We're going to pray away this hurricane, that God would spare us, and everything." And he does this. In fact, the exact prayer is in the book, and I tell this story in the book. He got off. They went to a commercial break. He goes to the house phone. And he calls security, and he says, "I want you to get all the horses out of the stable and take them about 3 hours inland from where they are now to protect them so they don't get hurt if the hurricane hits."
Right.
And we're like, "Well, you just got done praying that the hurricane's going to not hit us, and now ye of little faith, you want us to do a CYA and get your fancy pants horses out of the stable." So it's
Right.
this kind of weird dichotomy, It's like, what do you really believe? Do you believe that God's going to act on your prayers? And well, it turned out that the hurricane did veer up the coast,
Right.
but it hit New
He
Jersey, and New York. A lot of people died, millions and millions of damage. So Pat came into the 700 Club the next day, getting ready for the show, and the co-hosts were in there with him, and he says, "Pat, did you see that the hurricane went up the coast and did some devastating damage to areas up there, and people died?" And his response was, "Well, I guess they didn't pray hard enough."
Unbelievable.
Like,
I,
okay, but that's
but
the
I wonder if that was because obviously, as you said, he moved his horses. So I wonder if he had this complete separation from when he had to be Pat Robertson, the spiritual leader,